Hey guys, hey, it's Dr. Jere here with Mills Chiropractic and Wellness, continuing our digital dementia web series here. And today we're going to talk a little bit about sleep. You know, sleep is so important, and it's something that a lot of people are not very good at for a variety of different reasons. But as we focus on digital dementia, which is dementia-like symptoms found primarily in adolescents, but can be across any age range, and we've kind of talked a little bit about the neural development. We've talked about brain chemistry, neurotransmitters. We've talked about posture. We've talked about food choices. So we've covered a lot of ground. But one of the most important things that we know that technology does do is that it interrupts our sleep. And it does this in a variety of different ways. I mean, first of all, you know, we don't have to go to bed when the sun goes down anymore, right? We have lights, electricity. That is technology, but when we look at a screen, we are flooding ourselves with even more light. And specifically one type of light in particular is kind of what causes most of the problem, and it's the blue light in our screens to give us that vivid color, because blue light stimulates a gland up in our brain called the pineal gland, and it helps regulate all of our hormones in our body. And one of the hormones that it regulates is melatonin. Well, our body is designed to see light, push down our melatonin so that we're wide awake and we're ready to go face the day. And then as night sets in, the sun goes down, that melatonin is, or that pineal gland is not stimulated anymore, and it starts to produce melatonin. And we also have occurring at the same time this cortisol situation as well. So what happens is at night while we sleep, we start to head into a low blood sugar thing because we haven't eaten for a number of hours. And our body kicks in the morning with elevated cortisol. As that cortisol goes up, the melatonin goes down. And then throughout the day, we kind of stay in that mode a bit. And then at night, we start to reverse that where the melatonin goes up and our cortisol goes down. When we start interrupting this cycle, it leads to a whole host of other downstream hormonal disruption issues. Now, like I said, we're going to mostly just focus on melatonin today because that is, you know, kind of that sleep hormone, sleep stimulating substance that we need. And when we look at what happens when we sleep, this is when the brain is rewiring, especially in young kids and adolescents. They're synapsing, they're connecting memories together, they're connecting neurons together, and they're removing neurons that maybe don't serve a purpose or aren't functioning well. So there's a lot of pruning that's going on at night as well. And so when we don't get a good night's sleep, we don't get that good brain development. And so one of the big concerns is, you know, first of all, we're staying up way too late. Especially teenagers, and we're going to talk about practical steps, but one of the things that we're going to talk about is getting the technology out of the bedrooms, for adults as well, because, you know, you just start fiddling around on your phone or whatever, and before you know it, an hour has passed. And the reason, we'll talk a little bit about how that occurs, the neurology behind what's happening there, why time can get away from you when you're doing a technology thing. And so before you know it, you didn't go to bed, but also you've been stimulating that pineal gland, so you have no melatonin, so you don't get that high quality sleep, even if you do finally fall asleep just from pure exhaustion. So one of the things, and again, we're going to talk a lot about tips down the road, but one of the things I'm going to highly encourage everybody to do is get some blue light blockers, especially for your kids. You know, one of the things we do in our house is, our kids' bedtime is around 8 o'clock. So at 7 o'clock, they put on their blue light blockers. And start wearing those as they start to get ready for bed, or for, you know, maybe watching a show or something like that. We have them put those glasses on, just to start to get their brain programmed to be able to get a high quality sleep that night. And so, like I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening, you know, with the brain development, the brain stimulation, the neurotransmitter disruption, the hormone disruption, the poor lifestyle choices, the poor posture. And then we couple that with poor sleep. And like I said, the value of sleep, I don't know that I need to get into. We've talked about it, you know, from a brain development standpoint. It's important that it allows the body to do some healing from any injuries that occurred that day. It allows it to clean up some of the toxins of the day. It boosts our immune system. It just does so many things. And so making sure that we're protecting our sleep and protecting our kids' sleep is uber important. So anyway, that's today's topic is on sleep and blue light, and maybe looking at getting some blue light glasses if you don't already have them. And one more thing, as adults, so one of the things that happens is as we get older, our lens in our eye starts to thicken up a bit. So as we get older, we naturally block more blue light just because of that. As kids, they have no blocking ability. So all the blue light that they are exposed to, it gets in and it stimulates that pineal gland. So they are far more sensitive to it than we are as adults. But as adults, we are still sensitive. So, I still would say get your blue light blockers, get the technology out of the bedroom, turn the TV off, an hour before you get ready to go to bed. Start getting some of these good practices in place. Because again, as we get further into this, you're going to hear this phrase, it's caught, not taught. So kids learn from us and our rhythms and our behaviors, and they tend to emulate those. So we have to set good examples as well. So anyway, God bless, stay healthy. Tune in next time.